Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another pen for review, and this is a Leonardo pen, and it is on loan from John at stjohnspens.com. So I'd like to thank John for the loan of this pen for review. The pen will be going back to John, so if you do want this pen, then do message John and see if he has it still. So I think let's open the box here. And the first thing you'll see here is Leonardo on the inside of that box. You've got some ink there, but you also have this pen. And if I just remove the box, and I can show you the pen in a little bit more detail here if I zoom in. So this is a pen called the Leonardo Ritrovata. And this is a beautiful material, I have to say. And I am a little bit amazed. I've seen some other material like this, but in more blue and grey materials. So for me, this is quite nice. And I'm just having a look here. Yeah, it is a Ritrovata. Beautiful, beautiful pen. It's called the Grande Minimalist. I'm not too sure what minimalist it is on this pen, but it really is a gorgeous pen. It's quite a long pen. It's got an ebonite feed. It is a celluloid as well, and I was just double checking that because I've seen some other celluloid pens with blue and similarly like gold like leaf in them that Visconti have done in the past, and Novelli as well, and they have been celluloid. So I thought this probably was celluloid, but I was just double checking that. So very large pen. It has a conical top to it there, a point, and then likewise on the filling knob here for the piston. The body tapers into the point here, tapers out down to what is the cap band, or would be a cap band here. Slight step down. There's a little ring here on the body, and then it tapers down to a ring here, and then to the piston knob. You have a traditional tie clip. You don't actually have the roller clip that you would see on a lot of Leonardos. If I unscrew the cap here, you'll see it has a very large Leonardo number 8 size nib. It's a 14 karat gold nib, and it's a medium nib with a very large feed as well. And I'm just going to, yeah, I can smell the celluloid in this cap. If I just put that up, I wish there was smell-o-vision, because celluloid, it has this sweet camphor smell, and some more than others. So it's an interesting smell, and it's one that I really do like. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but I do. In terms of the size of this pen, it's called a Minimalist Grande. That's almost a double negative, really, because it's opposing scale, Minimalist and a Grande. But I'm guessing Minimalist is probably down to the hardware on the pen more, the trim. But this is a beautiful, beautiful material. So you can see in the size of my hand, this is quite a large pen. I can post the cap, and I can post it quite deeply and also securely, and that does post there as well. I have noticed actually, and that may be why it's Minimalist, there is no band here on the cap. You can see there is a step down for it, but there is no actual band there. So it does kind of look a little bit more minimalistica, really. But this material is really quite captivating. You can see there the lovely browns, and there's a little bit of chatoyance going on there that you can see when I turn that cap, and likewise the same with the body as well. It's actually a beautiful celluloid. So for me, this is actually quite an interesting pen. I don't think I've seen this material anywhere else, other than maybe the blue one that Visconti has, which they did with the Titanic model. I've not seen, and also Novelli as well did a couple of pens over the years in that same celluloid material, but I've not seen a celluloid material like this before. So it is certainly an interesting colour for me. I think with that, let's do a size check. We'll do a weight check. We'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So the full length of the pen, we are looking at about 156 millimeters in length. The length of the cap is about 73 millimeters in length. Now we'll try and do a size check on the body here. So to the tip of the nib, we are looking at, I want to say, about 140 millimeters. It's an oversized pen for sure, and certainly you can see that there in the size of my hand. It is a very, very long pen. I think with that, let's go and do a weight check. Now this is a piston filling pen. The full weight of the pen, we are looking at just over 34 grams uninked. The weight of the cap, we are looking at just under 11 grams. So this is a lightweight cap, and typically celluloid is light. And then the weight of the body, we're looking at just over 23 grams in weight. So again, that's a decently weighted pen. It's not too heavy and it's not too light. It's just about right. But you can see that this is a really beautiful material here. And celluloid, unfortunately, once it's gone, it's gone. It's celluloid in its original form is no longer being made because it's highly flammable. There are other versions of cellulose acetate which can be made, which are less flammable. But then obviously you have all of the modern acrylics or resins and all of the hybrid materials as well. But in its true sense, celluloid is not going to be around for long. Maybe another 10 or 20 years, and then that will be it. So if you want celluloid pens, get them whilst you can. So I think with that, let's do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have a Cross Peerless 125 in the platinum. We have a Cross Peerless 125 in the titanium, a Cross Peerless 125 in the quartz blue. We have an Esterbrook SD oversize, and this is in the Gold Rush Prospector. We have a Leonardo Officina Italiana, and this is the Momento Zero Grande Minimalist Ritrovata, and Ritrovata is the celluloid. We have a Leonardo Momento Zero Grande in the sand. We have a Leonardo Momento Zero, and this is in the Mediterraneo. We have a Armando Ceramic Club Bologna Extra in the wild, a Wild Leather Sharp Decoband oversize, and we have an Armando Ceramic Club Bologna Extra in the black and gold lutrance. So I think let's now go and do a writing sample. So this is the Leonardo, and this is, I'm going to try and get the name right on this, Momento Zero. Like a lot of Italian pens, they seem to have long names. So Zero, a Grande Minimalist, and Ritrovata. Now, I've kind of run out of space there, so it is a celluloid, and it is a medium. Just double check. Yeah, it is a medium. 14 karat gold nib. And the ink in here today, I've put in Diamine Ochre, which is a lovely brown ink. And I think it matches a little bit to the brown on that celluloid there as well. So I think in terms of line variation, I think we are looking at a medium nib. Can I push that? I can get it to a broad, but I'm not going to push it anymore because it is a 14 karat gold nib, and you can see that there are no hard starts or skips there. So it is a well-tuned nib. In terms of ink wetness, let's take a look. Yeah, this is quite a wet writer. Yeah, this is, for all intents purposes, what I would normally call a fire hose on this A4 page of Oxford Optic would be around about here. And this far surpasses that. So this is an extremely wet writer. And I have to say, I just want to show you here, I think it is probably because of this feed. It is a huge, huge feed. So that can hold a lot of ink. What do I like? What do I not like about this pen? Well, it's a piston filling pen. It's got a 14 karat gold nib on it. I do like 14 karat gold nibs, honestly. The nib is very well tuned. It doesn't have a huge amount of bounce on it, but you can see you can get some line variation out of this nib. So you can typically go from a medium to a Western broad. It is super wet as well. So for me, this ticks all of the boxes. What do I dislike about the pen? Well, there really isn't a lot to dislike. It's an interesting pen. It is a celluloid. I would say probably the only thing is that it's a little bit more minimalistic in terms of trims and that than you might be used to. But other than that, though, there really isn't anything that I would say that I dislike about the pen. It writes very, very well. And I'd like to thank John from stjohnspens.com for loaning me the pen for review. If you want to check out this pen and other pens, do go and check out his website at stjohnspens.com. Also, St. John's Pens on Instagram as well. So if you want this pen or would like any other pen that John's got, do reach out to him and he'll let you know whether or not he still has the pen or not. So again, I'd like to thank John for loaning me the pen for review. This pen will be going back to John. So if anybody wants to buy this pen, you can go and buy it either from John directly on his website or at a UK pen show. And he's doing a lot more European pen shows as well. So there you have it. That's my review of the Leonardo Momento Zero Grande Minimalist Ritrovata celluloid in a medium 14 karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye-bye.